Afternoon. So, yeah, yesterday we did simplifying radical expressions. Today we're going to be looking at solving radical equations. So this is going to kind of take us in a little bit farther with what we've been doing. So let's go ahead and let's look at the first one. So you have something like x equals square root of 4x plus 1 plus 4. Well, this isn't solved all the way. I do have an x here, but I also have an x here still. So I need to get this x over to the other side. So I'm going to start by subtracting 1 to both sides. I get x minus 1 equals the square root of 4x plus 1. Now, just like if I had a square and I needed to move that, I am planning on, I need to get rid of the square root this time. So instead of taking a square root for a square, so if I had this, I would take the square root. I'm going to do the exact opposite here, and I'm going to square this side, which then means I'm going to square this side. So I get x minus 1 squared equals 4x plus 1. Here, we're going to go ahead and distribute this out. So I'll do box method. That's going to be x minus 1 and x minus 1. This is x squared, negative x, and this is positive 1. So you get x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 4x plus 1. I'm going to subtract 4x to both sides and subtract 1 to both sides. This gives me x squared minus 6x equals 0. And now let's go ahead and solve this for x. So I'm going to pull out an x, which means I have x minus 6 equals 0. I set x equal to 0, and then I set x minus 6 equal to 0, and that's going to give me x equals 0, or x equals, add 6 to both sides, x equals 6. Okay? And that's how you do it. So we're using this. Like I said, it's kind of the opposite of what we did with the when we had a square and we had to get rid of that. We just took the square root. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at another one. Example number 2. Again, this time I have only one x, but I have to get that x by itself. So I'm going to start by subtracting 7 to both sides. I get square root of 5x minus 1 equals 3. Now I'm going to square both sides. I get 5x minus 1 equals 9. And now you solve for x. So I'm going to add 1. I get 5x equals 10. Divide by 5. And I get x equals 2. Okay? So make sure you guys do your steps. Especially Eddie, make sure you're writing your steps. No more excuses, guys. Let's get these done. Make sure your steps are done. Make sure you write down any questions you may have if you had any. And we'll kind of go from there. And there will be a worksheet tomorrow. And that's it. So have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for our short day.